tanks alive since 2013. We dive fresh and salt, the water's wide. Aquatic Wetline, and let's go. With Aqua Alex running the show. Fish tails big and bold, we know. Aquatic Wetline, let's go. With Aqua Alex running the show. Fish tails big and bold, we know. Aquatic Wetline, let's go. From guppies to sharks, in tanks to the dark. This is your fishing spark. Tune in now, don't make us wait. Aquatic Wetline is your fate. Aquatic Wetline is your fate. Aqua Alex takes the bait.
Hello, fish keepers! Welcome to an all-new episode of Aquatic Wetline. I'm your host, the one and the only Aqua Alex CARDINALE. And tonight on Aquatic Wetline, we're going to talk about a really cool predatory oddball fish. If you're like me and you love cool predatory oddball fish, this episode is for you. Tonight we're going to talk about a prehistoric oddball fish that dates back 1,000 years. We're going to talk about a fish that breathes oxygen and can survive out of water for a long period of time, provided that it stays moist. Tonight on Aquatic Wetline, we're going to talk about lungfish. Get ready to learn about lungfish, learn about the different kinds of lungfish, learn about the African lungfish, the South American lungfish, and the Australian lungfish. Also tonight, you're going to meet Louie, my West African lungfish. He's one of my favorite fish that I currently have. So learn all about lungfish starting right now. And as always, if you have any questions or comments on the lungfish, please let me know in the comments or in the chat down below. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this episode started. And I want to start by talking about what I personally like about lungfish. So here is what I, Aqua Alex, like about lungfish. I like that they are prehistoric. As I said earlier, lungfish are prehistoric. They have been around for a long time. Lungfish have been around since the dinosaur age, which makes them one of the oldest fish on planet Earth. I love that lungfish are prehistoric and they're almost dinosaur-like. I love that they can survive out of water for a long time, provided they stay moist. That's very cool. Not too many other fish can do that. I love that lungfish are incredibly hardy and incredibly resilient, which means that it's going to take a lot to kill them. They are a really cool fish, a really fun oddball fish to keep, and one that is really unique and unorthodox. I love their personality. Each lungfish has their own personality. Much like humans, lungfish have their own individual personality. So it's hard to tell whether one's going to be aggressive or one's going to be docile. Each lungfish is different. They're not all going to have the same personality, which is something I really like about the lungfish, is that it's a fish that has its own individuality, which is really cool. And I like that lungfish come up to the air to breathe, and they almost like walk up to the air with their fins. It is really cool. But overall, what I really like about the lungfish is that it's a prehistoric dinosaur, and it's a really cool fish to keep. I love watching them eat. The way they use their jaws to crush their food is really interesting. It really is a cool prehistoric monster fish. It's kind of related to the Polypterus family, which is known in the aquarium hobby as bikers, but these guys get a lot bigger than bikers. These guys can get anywhere from 2 to 5 feet depending on the species. And that is what I like about lungfish. What do you guys like about lungfish? Let me know down in the comments below. And right now, it's time for me to introduce my aquatic wetline mascot. It's time to introduce my West African lungfish named Louie. So here is Louie, my beautiful West African lungfish. And in this video, you're going to see him eating some Aquarium bites. And this is going to show you how hardy lungfish are and how much they love to eat and how cool they eat. So here is Louie the lungfish.
In a glassy square, blowing bubbles like he just don't care. He spins to a dance, his tail takes a spin. He's got the biggest grin, oh where to begin? Louie, Louie, king of the tank, splashing around like a fishy prank. He's Aqua Alex's favorite friend, a wet pet party that'll never end. He's got gills and lungs, a double life king, breathing in water then air like a fling. Motor clear streams, he's always at home, but in this tank he'll never roam. He wiggles and waggles in his fishy domain, no worries, no troubles, just bubbles for days. Louie, Louie, king of the tank, splashing around like a fishy prank. He's Aqua Alex's favorite friend, a wet pet party that'll never end. Some fish swim fast, some fish just hide. But Louie's got swagger, a tank full of pride. He naps on the gravel, he floats like a dream. The quirkiest lungfish you've ever seen. Louie, Louie, king of the tank, splashing around like a fishy prank. He's Aqua Alex's favorite friend, a wet pet party that'll never end. He's got gills and lungs, a double life king, breathing in water then air like a fling. Water clear streams, he's always at home, but in this tank he'll never roam. He's got gills and lungs, a double life king, breathing in water then air like a fling. Water clear streams, he's always at home, a wet pet party that'll never end. Some fish swim fast, some fish just hide. But Louie's got swagger, just bubbles for days. Some fish swim fast, some fish just hide. But Louie's got swagger, a tank full of pride. He naps on the gravel, he floats like a dream. The quirkiest lungfish you've ever seen. In a glassy square, blowing bubbles like he just don't care. He spins to a dance, his tail takes a spin. He's got the biggest grin, oh where to begin? Louie, Louie, king of the tank, splashing around like a fishy prank. He's Aqua Alex's favorite friend, a wet pet party that'll never end. He's got gills and lungs, a double life king, breathing in water then air like a fling. Motor clear streams, he's always at home, but in this tank he'll never roam. He wiggles and waggles in his fishy domain, no worries, no.
And that is my beautiful West African lungfish named Louie. He is such a cool fish. And he was eating Hikari bites in that video that I took earlier today. Well, now let's get to our first topic about lungfish. And when you research lungfish on Google and online, one of the things that's going to pop up about lungfish is that they are aggressive fish, they are psychotic, and they are serial killers. Is that necessarily true with lungfish? Well, I'm going to share my personal opinion and my personal experience with that. Now, it comes down to the individual lungfish's personality. I have seen some African lungfish be psychotic killers, and I have seen some African lungfish be very docile and gentle. Fortunately for me, Louie is very gentle and docile. He has never shown any aggression towards any of his tank mates. The only fish that he was extremely aggressive towards was another African lungfish that someone had given to me, but I rehomed that other lungfish and brought it back to the local fish store. So, in my experience, Louie, my West African lungfish, was really only aggressive towards another lungfish, but if it's not a lungfish, Louie leaves it alone. Louie lives with some bikers. He lives with an Enlacheri biker, an Ornate biker, a Senegal biker. He lives with some clown loaches, and of course, peacocks, haps, and frontosas, and he absolutely does not bother them whatsoever. However, my dad has a very bad experience with a West African lungfish. He had a 3-foot lungfish completely tear up a 18-inch iridescent shark. It crushed its face and tore up its body. So that was a story that was kind of scary back in the day. So it all boils down to the individual lungfish. It boils down to the personality. However, I will say that you're going to have a higher chance of success growing out a lungfish with tank mates rather than purchasing an adult lungfish and hoping it'll cohab well with tank mates. If you buy a small juvenile lungfish and raise it with other fish, chances are it's going to do great with tank mates. But in my experience, my personal experience, my lungfish is doing great with tank mates. It's very gentle and very docile. I think the key to that is having a very large tank and having plenty of rock work and driftwood for the lungfish and the other fish to hide. So to answer the question, are lungfish aggressive? It really boils down to the individual lungfish's personality. Just like not all humans are aggressive, all humans have their own personalities. Well, the same thing can be said for lungfish. All right, let's get into some information on lungfish. We're going to learn about lungfish right now. Now, lungfish are a fascinating group of freshwater fish known for their unique ability to breathe air. They belong to the subclass Dipnoi, which is part of the class which is often referred to as lobe-finned fishes. This group of ancient fish has adapted to survive both in water and on land, making them a subject of great interest for evolutionary biologists. Lungfish possess several distinct features that set them apart from other fish. Lungs and gills. Unlike most fish, lungfish have both functional lungs and gills, allowing them to breathe air and extract oxygen from water. Lobe fins. Their fins are fleshy and lobed, similar to those of terrestrial vertebrates, which suggests their evolutionary link to land-dwelling animals. Estivation. Many lungfish can enter a state of dormancy called estivation during dry periods, surviving for months without water, which is really, really cool. That is the African lungfish and the South American lungfish that do that. Now, lungfish are often considered living fossils because they have changed very little over millions of years. Their ability to breathe air and survive in fluctuating environments provides insights into the evolutionary transition from aquatic to terrestrial life. Lungfish are predominantly found in freshwater environments across the southern hemisphere. They inhabit slow-moving rivers, swamps, and floodplains where they can easily access the surface to breathe. There are 6 recognized species of lungfish divided into 2 families. The first family, and please bear with my scientific pronunciation, it might not be right, but I'm going to try my best to pronounce it. The first family is Lepidosirenidae and Neocratodontidae. Sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing some of these scientific names. But anyway, there are 6 species of lungfish, and 4 of those species are in Africa, 1 is in South America, and 1 is in Australia. The South American lungfish is found in the Amazon River, Paraguay, and Parana river basins. It has a slender eel-like body and is known for its ability to survive in oxygen-poor waters. African lungfish. This family includes 3 different species found in Africa: the West African lungfish, the spotted lungfish, and the gilled lungfish. Now, these species inhabit various parts of sub-Saharan Africa. African lungfish are well known for their extensive estivation capabilities, allowing them to survive dry seasons by burrowing into the mud. And finally, the Australian lungfish, one of the most rare lungfish on the world and a very costly one. If you manage to get your hands on an Australian lungfish, expect to pay thousands of dollars. The Australian lungfish is endemic to southeastern Queensland, Australia. Unlike its African and South American relatives, the Australian lungfish does not undergo estivation. It is considered a living fossil due to its primitive features and limited evolutionary change over time. Lungfish face several threats, including habitat destruction, pollution, and climate change. The Australian lungfish, in particular, is of conservation concern due to its limited distribution and the impact of human activities on its habitat. Now, lungfish are remarkable creatures that offer valuable insights into evolutionary biology. Their ability to bridge the gap between aquatic and terrestrial life makes them a key subject of study for understanding the development of land-dwelling vertebrates. Conservation efforts are essential to protect these unique species and preserve their habitats for future generations. And here on this episode of Aquatic Wetline, we're going to break down the different species of lungfish from around the world. Coming up next, we're going to preview and discuss the African lungfish, and then we'll talk about the South American lungfish, and finally, we'll talk about the Australian lungfish. So coming up next, learn about the 3 species of African lungfish. But first, we're going to preview an epic Saturday with Alex Cardinale coming your way this Saturday. You're also going to learn about some other special Saturday with Alex Cardinale's coming your way really soon. So stick around. When we come back, we're going to talk about African lungfish. So how'd you start your fish food company?
Actually, I had a gentleman that was making food for us. He was only making food for us and I think 2 or 3 other stores, and he just went, I'm done. Once he did that, we looked at other options of going to other major companies, and I'm just like, I was not happy with what they were producing. So my job when I was at the aquarium was actually production of the fish food that was fed out every day. So I had some recipes that I knew where I was going with it, and we just went from there.
Join us on the next episode of Saturday with Alex Cardinale as we welcome a special guest, Tom Smith, the visionary owner of Mermaid Delight frozen tropical fish food. What's the scoop? Who? Tom Smith, owner of Mermaid Delight. What? Exclusive interview in the hot seat. When? Saturday, October 11th, 2025. Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Why tune in? Discover Tom's journey, learn how Tom turned his passion for aquatic life into a thriving business. Behind the scenes, does Tom keep fish himself? Get the inside story. Tom Smith joins the hot seat Saturday, October 11th, 2025 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific.
Coming in on target. You need to move a little faster than that, son. Speed is life.
ready for the next episode of Saturday with CARDINALE. Halloween season continues. Live Saturday, October 11th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. It's a loaded Saturday with CARDINALE. In the hot spot will be the owner of Mermaid's Delight's tropical fish food, Tom Smith. How did Tom create his tropical fish food? And does Tom keep fish? Tune in to find out. The animal of the world will be the black widow spider. The Halloween featured monster fish will be the black widow frontosa cichlid. Aqua Alex's featured fish will be the African knifefish. Plus, there will be featured fish from Koi Smart, Tank Smart, and Seagrass Farms. Chef Alex will have Halloween dessert recipes. There will be Halloween facts. The Halloween featured candy will be Snickers pumpkins. All that and more, including Tampa Bay Buccaneers Spotlight, where I recap Week 5 against the Seahawks and preview Week 6 against the 49ers. All that and more, live Saturday, October 11th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel Aqua Alex Aquariums and Instagram.
Dive into the second annual Piranha Saturday with Alex Cardinale. Mark your calendars for an aquatic adventure like no other. Join us live for the second annual Piranha Saturday with Alex Cardinale on Saturday, October 18, 2025, at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Prepare to be captivated by the wondrous world of piranhas and discover the thrilling secrets beneath the water's surface. What to expect? Piranha Showcase. Piraya piranhas, learn about the giant of the piranha family and its unique characteristics. Sanchezi piranhas, discover the intriguing features of this lesser-known piranha. Wimple piranhas, dive into the habits and habitats of this fascinating species. Jerrii piranha, uncover the mysteries surrounding this rare piranha. Caribe piranhas, explore the aggressive nature of these notorious swimmers. Aqua Alex's featured fish. Elongated piranha, get an exclusive look at this remarkable species with expert insights from Aqua Alex. Piranhas vs. their lookalikes. Pacus and silver dollars, understand the differences between these fish and piranhas, and find out why silver dollars and pacus might just be the better choice for your aquarium. Piranha myths and facts. Are piranhas truly dangerous to humans? Join the discussion as we debunk myths and reveal fascinating facts. Halloween theme continues. Celebrate the spooky season with our ongoing Halloween theme, packed with all the thrilling elements you love about Saturday with Alex Cardinale. Don't miss this fantastic event. Tune in for an evening of education, entertainment, and eerie excitement that only Piranha Saturday can deliver. Be there live on October 18, 2025, at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Halloween 2025 Live Extravaganza. Don't miss out on the spooktacular Halloween 2025 live event, an unforgettable night of thrills and chills presented by Saturday with Alex Cardinale, Koi Smart, Tank Smart, Segrest Farms, and Private Reef Aquatics. Join us for a hauntingly good time on Halloween night, Friday, October 31st, 2025, at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Hosted by the Italian-American cowboy, Alex Cardinale. Prepare yourself for an evening of entertainment and enlightenment hosted by the charismatic Italian-American cowboy, Alex Cardinale. Expect special appearances from Chef Alex and Aqua Alex. Event highlights. Cowboy culture, immerse yourself in the rich history and captivating stories of cowboys. Discover what it truly means to live as a cowboy. Animal adventures, explore animals synonymous with cowboy culture, including cattle and horses, and learn about their fascinating roles and characteristics. Halloween fun, get the scoop on the newest Halloween candy for 2025 and relive some delightful Halloween memories with us. Aqua Alex's fish collection, witness the stunning variety in Aqua Alex Cardinale's personal fish collection, with a unique aquatic twist on Halloween festivities. Fish room tours, experience exclusive tours of fish rooms with Koi Smart and Tank Smart, showcasing their incredible aquatic setups. Comedy Corner. Enjoy a series of hilarious Halloween videos that will have you laughing all night long. Watch live. Catch all the action and fun live on Halloween night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time on the Aqua Alex Aquarium's YouTube channel and Instagram. Join us for an unforgettable Halloween celebration filled with laughter, learning, and lively entertainment. Set your reminders and get ready for a night of tricks, treats, and terrific times.
All right, welcome back to Aquatic Wetline, and tonight we are talking about lungfish. Let's discuss the African lungfish, shall we? Here is some information on the African lungfish. Now, the African lungfish is a fascinating creature that has intrigued scientists and aquarium hobbyists alike because of its unique adaptations and evolutionary significance. They're known for their ability to survive in both water and on land, which is really cool. And they've been around for over 400 million years. There are 4 recognized species of African lungfish, each with distinct characteristics that suit their specific habitats. My personal favorite lungfish is the West African lungfish, which features a long eel-like body with a brownish or grayish color. They're found in rivers and swamps throughout West Africa. They're known for its burrowing habit during dry seasons. Then there is the East African lungfish. They possess a robust body with a darker coloration. They're native to the Nile River and surrounding regions. They're notable for its ability to abstate in mud for extended periods. Then there is the Congo or slender lungfish, which is slender and elongated, usually with a lighter color. They inhabit the Congo River Basin, and they are adapted to both aquatic and terrestrial environments. And then you have the gilded lungfish. The gilded lungfish is slightly smaller with a more streamlined body. They are found in the rivers and lakes of West Africa, particularly in the Gambia region. They exhibit similar burrowing and devastating behaviors like other species. Keeping the African lungfish in the home aquarium, care and habitat requirements. African lungfish are remarkable pets for experienced aquarium hobbyists. Tank size. A large aquarium is essential due to their size. A minimum of 75 gallons for smaller species and over 100 gallons for larger ones. African lungfish can vary in size from 2 foot all the way to 4 foot. So the bigger the tank, the better for African lungfish. At least a 125 gallon is recommended. Use soft sand or fine gravel to mimic their natural environment and allow for burrowing. Water conditions. They prefer slightly acidic to neutral pH, 6.5 to 7.5, and a temperature range of 75 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. And you definitely want a strong filtration system because they need a good water quality. Diet. They're omnivorous, though they primarily consume protein-rich foods. Offer a variety of foods such as fish, worms, crustaceans, and commercially prepared carnivore pellets. Now, as you saw earlier on this evening, once a lungfish gets used to its aquarium, it will eat just about anything, so you should not have a problem feeding African lungfish. My African lungfish, Louie, gets Hikari vibrobites, it gets market shrimp, tilapia, earthworms, and whatever else I feed. They are a really cool fish to watch eat. Behavior and compatibility. Lungfish are generally solitary and territorial, making them unsuitable for most community tanks. They are best kept alone or with very robust species that can tolerate similar water conditions. And in just a few moments, we're going to talk about tank mates for the African lungfish. Be aware of their ability to estivate. Ensure the tank is secure to prevent escape during this period. Lungfish can breathe air, so ensure that there is access to the surface. African lungfish are captivating creatures that offer a unique glimpse into evolutionary history. While they make interesting pets, they require specific care and conditions to ensure their well-being. However, they are extremely hardy to keep. With the right setup and attention, aquarists can enjoy the company of these extraordinary fish while learning about their distinct behaviors and adaptations. Now let's talk about African lungfish tank mates. African lungfish can grow quite large, often reaching up to 3 feet in length. They are solitary and can be aggressive. They have powerful jaws and teeth capable of inflicting significant damage. They thrive in warm, slow-moving waters with plenty of hiding spots. Now, as I said earlier, each African lungfish personality is going to differ from one lungfish to another. You might get a docile lungfish or you might get a murder. It all depends on the lungfish's individual personality. But let's talk about suitable tank mates for the African lungfish. Given their size and temperament, most people say African lungfish are best kept alone. However, if you still want to introduce tank mates, consider the following. Large, non-aggressive fish like cichlids. Some large cichlids may coexist peacefully, provided they are not too aggressive. Things like Oscars, Severums, Jack Dempseys, etc. Robust bottom dwellers, large plecos. These can sometimes coexist with lungfish due to their tough exterior and bottom dwelling nature. Now, when attempting to house African lungfish with other species, the following considerations are crucial. Tank size. Ensure the tank is large enough to provide ample space for all fish, reducing territorial disputes. And regularly observe interactions. Be prepared to separate tank mates if aggression occurs. Ensure all species have access to food without competition, as lungfish can either dominate feeding times or struggle to eat if you have really big fish, like pacu and etc. Now, while African lungfish are fascinating to observe, their solitary nature and aggressive tendencies mean they are best suited to living alone. If you choose to introduce tank mates, careful observation and readiness to intervene are essential to ensure the safety of all creatures involved. And that is information on the African lungfish. And we've got some awesome viewers in the house. We've got some great questions. So, our first question is, how long do West African lungfish or African lungfish in general live for? They can live a very long time. They can live for at least 10 to 20 years, if not more. What size tank do you need for African lungfish? You will need at least a 125-gallon aquarium and larger. They'll even do great in a pond. So what would be the average size of an African lungfish? The average size of an African lungfish would be 3 feet, I think. I think 3 feet is a good medium there for the African lungfish. So thank you so much for your questions. Well, coming up next, it's time to discuss the South American lungfish, a very interesting lungfish from the Amazon River. But first, here is some awesome information on what's coming up on October 24th as we celebrate 11 years here on YouTube.
Yes, the water's been clear. Aqua Alex, you're the pioneer. Takes a buzzing, fins in the air. The fish will know she'll be out there. New fish swimming through the door. Surprises, and plenty more. 11 years and we're still hardcore. Aqua Alex, let's hear the roar. Multi-seas eclipse, a splash parade. Your passion's a tidal wave that won't fade. Aquascape shining like neon dreams. You built a YouTube stream that gleams. Bubble by bubble, the journey grows from little
right now we're going to talk about the South American lungfish. Now, the South American lungfish is found in the slow-moving rivers and swamps of the Amazon and Paraguay River Basin. The South American lungfish has a long, eel-like body with soft, scale-covered skin. Its coloration varies from dark brown to grayish, often with lighter spots or patterns. Unlike the African lungfish, there is only one species of South American lungfish. Now, the South American lungfish can grow up to 4 feet in length, although most individuals are smaller. Unlike most fish, their fins are reduced to slender, filamentous structures, which they use for locomotion in water. The South American lungfish possesses a pair of lungs, allowing it to gulp air and survive in low oxygen environments. This adaptation is crucial during dry seasons when the water levels drop. During droughts, the lungfish can burrow into the mud and enter a state of estivation, a form of hibernation, reducing its metabolic rate to survive until conditions improve. Tips for keeping the South American lungfish in the home aquarium. Keeping a South American lungfish in captivity can be a rewarding experience, but it does require specific care to ensure their health and well-being. Now, because the South American lungfish can easily get over 3.5 feet, a large aquarium is necessary. Ideally, at least 75 gallons or more. Obviously, 6-foot aquarium would be ideal. The bigger, the better when it comes to South American lungfish. Maintain a temperature between 75 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit and a neutral pH around 7.5, which would be great for them. Regular water changes and good filtration are crucial to manage waste and maintain water quality. Use a soft substrate to mimic their natural habitat. Provide hiding spots with driftwood or large rocks, as lungfish appreciate a secure environment. Now, lungfish are omnivorous, and in captivity, they can be fed a variety of foods, including fish, shrimp, earthworms, and commercial pellet foods formulated for carnivorous fish. Feed them several times a week, ensuring they have a balanced diet. So pretty much the South American lungfish will have the same diet as the African lungfish. You know, things like brine shrimp, raw market shrimp, tilapia, earthworms, bloodworms, etc. will be accepted. Now, generally speaking, South American lungfish are a little bit less aggressive than the African lungfish, but they are still generally solitary, and they may become aggressive towards other fish if they are kept in a tank that is too small. So make sure to have a really, really good-sized aquarium when it comes to the South American lungfish. They should be handled with care, as they are delicate and can become stressed easily. Watch for changes in behavior, appetite loss, or unusual spots on their skin. This could be a sign of stress or illness with the South American lungfish. So the South American lungfish is really, really cool. I have personally not yet kept a South American lungfish. I haven't really even seen one either. The only lungfish I've seen in my local fish store is the African lungfish. I have never seen a South American lungfish or a Australian lungfish. I did see South American lungfish years ago when I was living in Mass, but I haven't seen them here in South Florida just yet. So now let's talk about tank mates for the South American lungfish. The South American lungfish isn't really as aggressive as the African lungfish, but it can still be pretty aggressive. As we learned earlier, the South American lungfish can grow quite large, reaching up to 3 feet in length. They are generally peaceful, but they can be territorial, especially during feeding. And they prefer environments with ample hiding spots and soft substrates. But here are some good examples of potential tank mates for the South American lungfish. Larger cichlids like Oscar cichlids, Sebrums, chocolate cichlids, Geophagus would be great tank mates for the South American lungfish. Just ensure the tank is spacious to prevent territorial disputes. Plecos, like the Gibby pleco or any of the larger fancy plecos, would do great with the South American lungfish. Larger catfish like Synodontis, Pictus, Shovelnose, etc. are great with the South American lungfish. Arowanas in a really large tank will look great with South American lungfish. Now, tank mates to avoid would be small fish, because these are likely to be seen as food by the lungfish, or aggressive species. Avoid fish that may harass or stress the lungfish, and delicate species. Fragile fish may not withstand the lungfish's occasional boisterous behavior. So a large tank is crucial, preferably over 100 gallons to provide ample space, and make sure you have plenty of hiding spots like caves and driftwood. By carefully selecting tank mates and ensuring an appropriate environment, you can create a harmonious aquatic community that includes the intriguing South American lungfish. And that is information on the beautiful South American lungfish. And now, in just 1 second, we are going to touch base on our final lungfish species, and that is going to be the Australian lungfish. But first, I want to invite all of my amazing viewers, whether you're a new viewer or a loyal viewer, I want to invite you all to check out my Cameo. Up on the screen right now is my QR code, which you can take a picture of, and that'll take you to my Cameo. And on my Cameo, you can request birthday videos, custom greeting videos, or even fish videos. Here is some more information on my Cameo, and when we come back, we'll talk about the Australian lungfish. Hey everyone, Aqua Alex Cardinelli here. I'm excited to tell you that I am officially on Cameo. Are you a fan of Aquatic Wetline? Are you a fan of Aqua Alex Cardinelli? Well, great. Now you can request a customized video greeting from me, yours truly, Aqua Alex. Just go to cameo.com/Aqua Alex Cardinelli and request your customized video. I could do birthday greetings, I could do special occasion greetings, I could even do a fish store tour of Koi Smart and Tank Smart for you. I could do species profile videos, whatever video your heart desires, I could do. Just go to cameo.com/Aqua Alex Cardinelli and let me help you live your aquarium dream. Alright, right now let's go ahead and talk about Australian lungfish. Now, the Australian lungfish is native to the freshwater rivers of southeastern Queensland, Australia, and they're known for their unique ability to breathe air. What's really cool about the Australian lungfish is that this species has remained relatively untouched and unchanged for over 100 million years, making it a living fossil and a subject of great interest for scientists and aquarium hobbyists alike. Now, the Australian lungfish is one of the largest lungfish species. The Australian lungfish can grow up to approximately 5 feet in length and can weigh up to 95 pounds. They have an elongated cylindrical body with a broad, flat head. Their skin is smooth with a reddish brown to olive green coloration. Unlike most fish, lungfish have large paddle-like pectoral and pelvic fin that resemble limbs. Respiration. While they have functional gills, Australian lungfish can also breathe air using a single lung. This adaptation allows them to survive in poorly oxygenated water. They're known for their long lifespan, often living for over 50 years in captivity. Some individuals in the wild have been known to live much longer, which is really cool. The natural habitat of the Australian lungfish consists of slow-moving rivers and creeks with abundant aquatic vegetation. They prefer environments with soft, muddy bottoms and are often found in deeper pools during the dry season. Tips for keeping the Australian lungfish. Keeping an Australian lungfish in captivity requires careful attention to their specific needs. Given their potential size of 5 feet, a large aquarium is necessary. A minimum of 200 gallons is recommended to provide ample space for movement. And just like the other lungfish, you want to maintain clean, well-filtered water. And they prefer slightly acidic to neutral pH levels and a temperature range of 68 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. While they can breathe air, ensure adequate aeration to maintain water quality and oxygen levels. Australian lungfish are omnivorous and they feed on a variety of foods in the wild. In captivity, their diet should include protein sources like fish fillet, shrimp, and earthworms. Vegetation include aquatic plants and vegetables like spinach and lettuce. Commercial food. High quality fish pellets can also be part of their diet. Behavior and compatibility. Lungfish are generally solitary and may become territorial. It is best to help them alone or with other large, non-aggressive species. Activity. They are primarily nocturnal, so they may be more active during the night. Regularly monitor water parameters and perform routine maintenance to prevent ammonia and nitrate buildup. Look for signs of stress or disease, such as changes in appetite or abnormal swimming behavior. By understanding and meeting the needs of the Australian lungfish, aquarists can enjoy the company of this remarkable species, ensuring their health and longevity in a captive environment. Now, the Australian lungfish is quite rare in the aquarium hobby, and it's going to cost you a pretty penny. Here in the United States, an Australian lungfish is the equivalent of an Asian arowana, which is really, really cool. Well, coming up next, we're going to talk about tank mates for Australian lungfish. What kind of fish can you keep with an Australian lungfish? Find out next. But right now, we're going to hear a word from two of our sponsors, the presenting sponsors of Aquatic Wetline, Koi Smart and Tank Smart. And when we come back, we'll talk about tank mates for the Australian lungfish. Aqua Alex here at Koi Smart, and I'm inviting you to come stop by and check out Koi Smart. We have some amazing koi. We have both domestic and imported koi. We also have fancy goldfish, and we also have pond supplies. And we also supply freshwater aquarium fish and all the supplies you need for your aquariums and ponds. So stop by Koi Smart today, 6440 Garden Road, Riviera Beach, Florida, and let us help you. Aqua Alex, the fish guy here at Tank Smart, and I'm inviting you to check out Tank Smart Aquariums located here in Lake Worth, Florida. One of the reasons I'm inviting you to check us out is because we have aquarium supplies, freshwater and saltwater fish. So let us help you enjoy the aquarium hobby by providing you with excellent aquarium supplies, saltwater and freshwater livestock. We can special order any fish you are looking for. And soon to come here at Tank Smart, we're going to have koi and goldfish and pond supplies for all you pond maniacs out there. So check us out, Tank Smart Aquariums, located in Lake Worth, Florida, 6680 Lantana Road, Lake Worth, Florida. Stop by and visit Tank Smart Aquariums and let us help you live your aquarium dreams. Alright, and now let's talk about tank mates for the Australian lungfish. Australian lungs can grow quite large, reaching up to 5 feet in length. This means they require spacious aquariums to accommodate their size and swimming needs. Tank mates should also be of similar size or robust enough to coexist peacefully. Now, while generally peaceful, Australian lungfish can be territorial, especially during feeding time. It is important to choose tank mates that are not overly aggressive or small enough to be seen as prey. Lungfish thrive in well-maintained aquariums with clean water, stable temperatures, and appropriate pH levels. Tank mates should share similar environmental requirements to ensure all species remain healthy. Here are some potential tank mates that can coexist with Australian lungfish. Plecos. Plecos are hardy and relatively large, making them suitable companions. They tend to occupy different levels of the tank and can help keep the tank clean by eating algae. Large cichlids. Species like the Oscar or Severum can coexist with lungfish provided the tank is large enough. They share similar environmental requirements and can tolerate each other's presence if introduced carefully. Silver dollars. These peaceful schooling fish are large enough to avoid being seen as prey. They add movement and activity to the tank without posing a threat to the lungfish. Tinfoil barbs. Tinfoil barbs are robust and active swimmers. They can handle the lungfish's size and temperament provided the tank has ample space for both species. Tank mate consideration. Avoid small fish. Species that are small or delicate might become targets for lungfish, especially during feeding. Monitor aggression. Even with compatible tank mates, individual personalities might clash. Regularly monitor interactions to ensure a harmonious environment. Ensure that all fish receive adequate nutrition. Lungfish have specific dietary needs, so plan feeding routines accordingly. By carefully selecting tank mates and maintaining an optimal environment, your Australian lungfish can coexist peacefully with other species, creating a dynamic and interesting aquarium. And that is the beautiful Australian lungfish. And this has been a wonderful episode of Aquatic Wetline. We're going to wrap up the show next, but first, let's hear a word from our final sponsor, Seagrass Farms.
Ever wonder where your local pet store or tropical fish store gets their stunning tropical fish? Chances are, Segrest Farms is that place. As the largest tropical fish wholesaler, Segrest Farms takes pride in providing both freshwater and saltwater fish, exquisite aquatic plants, and fascinating reptiles to pet and fish stores across the United States and around the globe. Aqua Alex CARDINALE is a proud endorser of Segrest Farms. Aqua Alex feels that their dedication to the aquarium hobby is unparalleled, bringing passion and quality to every aspect of their work. Whether you're a seasoned aquarist or just getting started, Segrest Farms supports your journey with the healthiest, most vibrant aquatic life available. Dive into an underwater world of wonder with Segrest Farms. Please note Segrest Farms does not sell to the public. Segrest Farms only sells to retail locations. However, aquarium hobbyists can find their nearest pet or fish store that stocks Segrest Farms by going to segrestfarms.com under the Locate a Pet Shop section. You can also check out the catalog to see the species of fish available. Segrest Farms, your trusted partner in bringing the beauty of the aquatic world to life. One fish store at a time.
Alright, so let's quickly recap some of the information that I gave out tonight on the beautiful and prehistoric lungfish. Lungfish have been around for millions of years. There are 6 different species of lungfish, 4 of them come from Africa. You've got your West African lungfish, your East African lungfish, your marbled lungfish, and your gilded lungfish. There's a South American lungfish and the Australian lungfish. Lungfish can get pretty large, with the smallest being about 2 foot all the way up to 5 foot. The most common lungfish kept are from Africa, and the Australian lungfish can be a costly fish, costing more than $1,000, but they are really, really fun. And each lungfish has their own unique personality, so you never know what you're going to get, if you're going to get a peaceful one or an aggressive one. But generally speaking, the South American and Australian lungfish are more peaceful than the African lungfish. Well, there you have it. That is an entire episode of Aquatic Wetline dedicated to lungfish, one of my favorite unique, personable, oddball fish. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode on lungfish. If you did enjoy the episode, please smash that like button and please share this episode on social media. Thank you for watching and thank you for learning about lungfish. If you've never kept a lungfish, I really recommend keeping one. I think you'll enjoy them and have a lot of fun with them. I'll see you on the next episode of Aquatic Wetline. Until then, happy fish keeping, and I will see you next time. Good night from sunny South Florida.